Well, good morning, guys. Another episode of Hunley Garage. I got my garage sort of cleaned up, and this is my new toy I'm going to try to work on. I don't know what I was thinking. My brother found it, and I'm going to see if I can get it running. Everything is rough shape, as you can see, even the wood here. The people I got it from bought it like this. The engine's not even in it. As you can see, there's been squirrels living in this. I don't even know if it's all here. I've got the motor in the back end of my truck and the seat. But I've kind of been thinking that instead of here's the engine, so it looks in pretty good shape, and then there's the seat. Instead of a restoration, I think what I want to do is just see if I can get it started. I don't even want to put it in my garage, and I live in a pretty decent neighborhood. So what I want to do is, I got to get it out of the driveway. I think I'm gonna try to clean this thing up, get the inside of this cleaned out, get the battery out of there, kind of assess what kind of mess I've got. Trash is coming this morning, so I think I'm gonna try to get rid of some of this wood here while I can still get it out. So yeah, I don't even know what I have, if it's complete. If it's not complete, it looks like it's all there. The engine was taken out, but I don't know why they took the engine out. So I'm gonna probably take these off so that I can make the trash dump. And then I'm gonna get the pressure washer, or probably clean all the loose stuff out of the inside. And then probably pressure wash all of this down in the trailer, and see if I can get it pushed into the garage, and then we'll start tearing into the motor. I did get an air compressor, and I'm going to do a vapor hone. I don't know if I could use it on this one because I think the engine's pretty clean, but got a parts washer and everything else. What I want to do is try to get this thing running today if possible. If I have all the parts, there's compression and there's spark. I've got a battery. I think I can get it running. If I don't have all the parts and there's no compression, then game's off. So I'll get going. All right, so video update. I've taken out about 5 bags of stuff. I think I'm ready to start shop backing. I was able to get the fuel can out, and not only did I find the nuts, I found the squirrel. Somehow the gasoline preserved him, didn't eat him, and I was able to pull him out of the tank. Holy cow. So I'm glad I got the tank out. I had to break a couple of these nipples off. I figure I'll, I don't know, this may turn into a part out video and be deleted, but I'm gonna sure try to get her going. I just gotta get this thing clean. I just can't, batteries, it's not even deader than a doornail. I think a doornail's probably got more voltage. So I guess it would be deader than a doornail, but yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So this is a mess. I gotta keep cleaning. Well, guys, I just kept going and going. It's kind of a mess. That drive had been kind of taken apart, so it needs to be redone. The ski, everything else, and then just be easier to clean it up. That haul is only like 50 pounds at most. This thing works. I'm gonna probably take it apart and clean it up, lube it. This trailer's a mess. I need to fix that wood. And then I've got these components inside here. That's not gonna work. So I'll have to work on that. May have to get my vapor blaster going. What I'm trying to do here is just get out from under the mess, and then clean it up so I can start to try to put it back together. This is embarrassing. It's gross. So I'm gonna I don't know, I think I'm probably ready to power wash and clean stuff up. I'm gonna probably clean up here and try to figure out where to power wash it, move my truck, and then I can start bringing some of the parts inside and figure out what I've got and where I'm gonna go, if I part it out or try to put it back together. All right, we live by Purdue Airport, and I think they're gonna make it regional again, which would be awesome. People move next door to an airport and they complain about airplanes. It's not the airplane's fault. I'm a pilot too, or wannabe pilot. Anyway, so I got everything kind of broken down. I got my drive cleaned up, filled the dumpster completely full of stuff. I got the squirrel and everything out of that. I'm gonna get my power washer going, and I am going to power wash everything. See how good I can clean it up or ruin it. I can't make it much worse. I ended up taking the muffler. This is the muffler in here. Took the grill off and it was full of rat's nest. So I got it all out. Like I said, this thing right here turns. So I think what I'm gonna do is get it cleaned up first and then I'll pull that apart. And we'll go from there. I don't know. So this guy's a little rough in here. That wet hone, liquid blaster, whatever it is, would be perfect for that, but I don't know. I'm kind of thinking, we'll see what it looks like after the pressure washer. This here, I've also noticed, you can see a little bit more under here. There's some cracking, and so what I'm wondering is why she's all apart. Get it cleaned up, and then maybe put some fiberglass back on there. Can't hurt anything. And this thing right here, I thought it was suspension. It had like a shock. It just moves. So I don't know if something's missing or not. But anyway, I'm gonna try to clean the trailer up, clean all this up. So instead of boring you, I'll snap my fingers. Well, I just had World War III on this wet bike here, and I think I got her cleaned up pretty good. Looks a lot better than it did. Cleaned up all of this stuff. It ain't perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. That's for sure. Would have never been able to do it if I didn't tear all this apart. You can see in here, she's clean now. No more nut balls. Got a little bit of fiberglass here. This thing is a lot better. This thing's good. I did notice there's a crack in here, so I think I'll have to find like a fiberglass mat and give the old fiberglass a try and clean the my driveway's a disaster now, but clean the fuel tank out. It's good now. Dead squirrel and 24 nuts later. That's not too bad. Clean the trailer up. It's a lot better. I got rid of all of the wood on it, and power washed it pretty good. I think if I do the fenders and the rims, that'll make it look a lot better. So I've got to clean up. I'm a mess. And then I haven't even started on the motor yet, but got some of the stuff in here. This is the foam. That's the seal around where the seat goes. But I've got to clean this. This is a disaster. And then the motor and stuff's in the back of my truck yet, but I think I'm gonna clean myself up, let this stuff dry out, and then I will pick up on doing the motor, see if it's all here, what we've got. Well, I decided I'm gonna go ahead and fiberglass this on both sides and this down the middle. I got a kit to do it, so I'm gonna crack it open here in a little bit and try it out. All right, so those were terrible on the front and back, and this one's worse. But I got 3 on there. I used every bit of it, and it's better than it was. We'll let this dry. I think it says 4 hours, so we'll let it dry overnight. And 2 hours. So we'll let it dry, and then I can sand it tomorrow. I'm really just wanting it to be structural, and then I don't care from there. This one's on the bottom, so you won't even see it. As long as it's smooth, it'll be fine. And then tomorrow I'm gonna get into the motor. Well guys, it's a cold morning, but it's warm in here. It smells like fiberglass resin. I'm gonna check this. Oh yeah, my beautiful repair. I think it's better than nothing, for sure. I can sand that down. And this beautiful one here, I can sand that down. Oh yeah, that's good. So I think I've been trying to think what I want to do next. I want to check the VIN number before I go much further. You know, I've got labor in it, but if it comes up stolen, I don't know what to do and don't want to put any money in it. The person I bought it from gave me a bill of sale, and they bought it from somebody else. So who knows, but I want to check that real quick. The other, I can get a bunch of seals for this. I found them, new old stock. The one thing I can't get, I don't know if I need it, is this diaphragm kit for in there. I'm just trying to see how far I want to go. If you can get parts, it's easier, right? You just take it apart, replace what's bad, and put it back together. But when you can't get parts, you got to be careful how far you go. I think what I want to do is pull the plugs and see if I can get the engine to turn over and do compression. Because if I have high compression, then I'm not going to worry about the rings, the head, all of that stuff. I'll just keep that intact. I can get gaskets to pull this stuff off, but I can't get the fuel pump. And so I'd like to take the carbs off and throw those in the ultrasonic. I'd like to do the fuel pump too. So I don't know. The drive unit, I can get some seals and some bearings for it, but I don't know if I should do it or not. It seems solid. So I don't know. I think I'll check the VIN. I gotta sand those parts. I can do that anytime, but I might put check the compression and see how that goes. So I've been trying to run this VIN number, and all I can get are a bunch of pay me $30 for a report, checking, and it takes like 20 minutes. I guess I'm gonna go to the police or the BMV on Monday. I did start to sand this stuff. I think it's gonna end up being pretty good. It doesn't look good, but it's smooth, and that's all I'm looking for. Pull it out of the garage and I'll give it a good sanding a little bit later today. I guess I was just wanting to see what that was like while I was playing with the VIN. So now I think what I'm gonna do is pull the plugs and see if I can get the engine to turn and test the compression, see how far I wanna go into this thing. Well, I got my battery and I tried to hook it up to this solenoid to get the starter to trip, and the solenoid didn't work, so I'm gonna take it apart and get it working. It's gotta work sometime. So then this wire is the positive lead. It cracked, so I've gotta get that replaced. But I'm gonna try to get this working, then I'll hook it back up to the starter, see if the starter's working. If the starter's working, we'll see if we can get compression tested. Well, wish you could have seen it. I hooked this stuff up here. The solenoid will snap, but I believe the contact points are corroded. I can't get it to do an ohm check, so I'm gonna take it back apart. I couldn't get it open, so we'll see what we can do here. Well, that's better. I got another soldering iron. I had one and plugged it in and it caught fire. So I threw it away and got another one. So they make this so that you can't disassemble it, and they don't offer anymore. And like I said, the solenoid pops, but it doesn't connect these two. So what I'm gonna do is desolder these 2 points and then pull this apart and then sand the connectors and then solder them back together and then put it back together. Not one thing, it's another. All right, so I got this guy apart and it doesn't look too bad in here. Make sure it doesn't burn me. Definitely could clean it out, but where's that? This guy right here. I think this is what, so I'm gonna get it to focus, hits it. I guess it doesn't look bad. So I'm gonna clean this guy back up and see if I can solder it back together. Well, I've done easier things in my life. I drilled those holes out because I couldn't get the solder out, and I got the little barbs coming up through there. So now what I'm gonna do is work on soldering this guy back on there. All right, so I did this and it does turn the motor over, so the starter works, the solenoid works now. So what I'm going to do now is do a compression test. So I'll let it spin up and then I'll show what the what's it in, the right cylinder there, bottom one. Okay, so that cylinder is 150, so that's good. So I'm not going to mess with that top end. Well, somehow that one's 150 as well. Somehow I got a good engine, or at least the top end is. So I don't know, the solenoid didn't work. I'm assuming the carbs are gonna need a cleaning. I'll throw those in the ultrasonic, but that's a big deal. I was worried about pistons, rings, case, all that stuff. It sounded good turning over. So I'm gonna put it back up here, and I'll see if I get spark, I guess. Or I guess I'll keep it down here and see if I have spark, except I know it, well, I don't know. Here's the problem. This is a rat's nest, and I don't know. I guess I'll just play with it and see. I don't know if it'll make spark right now, if I got enough components. Well guys, I think this is where I'm gonna end this video. Be part one of, I don't know how many. I think pretty good headway though. I mean, we got the ski cleaned up, we got the trailer cleaned up. I got some cracks, fiberglassed, still need to sand them. I got the starter solenoid rebuilt, found out the starter works. It does turn over, it makes 150 PSI per. I've got to get a service manual so I can figure out, I think there's got to be some wires that have to connect to get the spark to go. So I need the manual to get it figured out, otherwise I'm just going to be guessing. Plus I need to know how to do it anyway, because I need to get a new key switch. But yeah, hit like and subscribe. Got more videos obviously coming out. Hopefully I'll get the manual tomorrow. I got to give this place a call so that I can download it. And I'll have another video coming out on my vapor hone. I'll get this thing all hooked up, and I can clean parts. Because what would be nice is to, that one right there, it's really just dirty, but clean up a bunch of parts and stuff. And yeah, just get some more stuff in here. But yeah, hit like and subscribe, follow me, and put some more videos out. I'm gonna make some more videos on my battery box. I'm looking for my other one, I don't know. Oh, here it is up here. So I got a inverter, so I'll do an unboxing of it. I'll hook it up to this battery in the other one, and I'll run my fridge and freezer off of it. And then as soon as I can get this thing fixed and out of here, I'd like to try to get something else in and out. I think on my jet ski, if you've been watching it, I'm gonna end up bringing it back and shipping the cylinders out to this place in Texas. And they're gonna make me some pistons to match it. So hopefully I can get that done and out. And I think what would be neat is get like an old Ford tractor in here. But I gotta get rid of this stuff first. And then all the stuff that I put in here, I'll put it up for sale. I think I'll get this thing running. I think it'd be neat to ride it for a little bit and then put it up for sale. So probably gonna be, unfortunately, next spring before I can do that, unless I can really get it together. And I still gotta get a title for it and everything. But yeah, join me, stay tuned for the next video coming out. I'm not sure what it'll be. Might be this one, the vapor hone, or the inverter. So, and also for the people that have asked for the case, I haven't forgotten about you. Just got just a bunch of crap between my garage and work and everything else. Just got a whole bunch going on. So join me for the next one.